Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, where we help you unwrap the confusing world of corporate filings and find the hidden stories within. Today we're diving into an interesting update from Pyrohyte Acquisition Corp, and it seems like they're wrestling with a ticking clock on their big business plan. So what's the big news? Pyrohyte Acquisition Corp is telling us about a payment they made related to an extension on a very important deal. Think of it like paying to get more time to decide if you want to buy a house, but for a company trying to combine with another business. This company, Pyrohyte Acquisition Corp, is what's called a Special Purpose Acquisition Company, or SPAC. Basically, they're formed to raise money by going public and then use that money to buy an existing company. They had a deadline to find and buy a company, and that deadline was approaching. They needed more time, so they asked their shareholders if they could push back the deadline for their big purchase. They got approval to extend this time from April of next year to April in 2026. That means they have a whole extra year to make this major business combination happen. Now, to get this extension, the company's sponsor, which is like the main supporter or founder of the SPAC, agreed to put more money into a special account. This isn't just a little bit of money either, it's a set amount of over $75,000 that they have to deposit every single month for as long as they need this extension. This is a commitment to keep the SPAC alive while they search for their target company. And that's exactly what this report is all about. On September 12, 2025, they made the payment for the fourth month of this extension. So they are actively paying to keep their options open and continue their search for that ideal business to acquire. This shows they are serious about finding a deal, but it also means that so far they haven't found one that ticks all the boxes. It's also worth noting that they identify as an emerging growth company. This means they're still a relatively young company and get to use some simplified rules for reporting and financial matters, which is pretty common for SPACs right after they go public. This is an official report called a 8K, which companies file when something big and unexpected happens. In this case, it's not really a surprise deal announcement, but rather a formal update that they are using the extended time and making the required payments to maintain that extension. It's a procedural step, but it signals that the clock is still ticking on finding a business to merge with. You'll see a few boxes here that they could have checked if this report was also meant for other specific kinds of communications, like advertising a new stock offering or sending out official requests for investor votes. But in this case, none of those apply, so they're just filing this standard update. Now, looking at Pyrohyte Acquisition Corp, they are in a tricky spot that many SPACs find themselves in. They have a limited time to find a suitable company to merge with before their investors' money, which is sitting in that trust account, has to be returned. Paying these monthly extension fees shows they are still committed to making a deal happen, and they believe they will find the right opportunity within the extended time frame. However, the fact that they needed an extension in the first place and are now paying to keep the clock running suggests the search has been more challenging than perhaps initially anticipated. The amount they are paying each month is a significant commitment, and if they don't find a deal, this money is essentially used up without generating any return for the company itself, though it does keep the SPAC structure intact. The key question for investors is always whether the eventual merger will create value. SPACs have a mixed track record. Some go on to perform very well, while others struggle after the merger. The sponsor's willingness to fund these extensions is a positive sign of their belief in finding a good target, but it's not a guarantee of success. We'll be watching closely to see who they eventually partner with and how that business performs. So what's my take on this filing? It's a straightforward administrative update that confirms Pyrohyte Acquisition Corp is actively managing its timeline and making the necessary financial commitments to pursue its business combination. It tells us they are still in the game, but it also highlights the inherent pressure SPACs face to find the right deal within their allotted time. The risk for them is that if they don't find a suitable target by April 2026, the SPAC could be wound down and the invested capital returned to shareholders, minus any extension fees paid along the way. That's our breakdown of this Pyrohyte Acquisition Corp filing. What are your thoughts on SPACs and these extension payments? Are they a sign of commitment or a sign of struggle? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this explanation helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more decoded corporate news. And don't forget to join our Discord community linked in the description for even more insights and discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you for the next deep dive.